welcome back. So we're able to register our user. So now what we're going to do is we are going to create the functionality to log in our user. Okay. Our login user is going to be very similar to our register user. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy that. And yeah, we're going to duplicate that. Let's change a couple things. Login, login user, and let's change that to login user. Okay, let's extend that. Just like the register, we are checking to see if we received a valid email and password. Okay, and then we're checking to see if a user exists. Okay, so first three steps identical. All right, the fourth step, line 24, instead of checking if a user exists, we are checking to see if the user does not exist. So we're negating this if statement here, and then we're going to send let's say invalid email and or password. Email and or password. Okay. Okay. So, but this time, once we've done that, if a user does exist, okay, we are going to verify whether the password that we received is the same password that is registered in our database. And the way we're going to do that is we create an isMatch variable using bcrypt.compare. Okay, bcrypt.compare is a very how can I put this? It does the job for us. It takes what the user send versus what is in our database, compares the two with its own algorithm, and then returns true or false. Okay. We're gonna check to see if it's not a match. If it's not a match, we're gonna return that same invalid email and or password. Okay. If it is a match, however, if it is a match, we're going to just create a token and send it. Okay? That's simple. All right? So, we have the login user. Now let's export it. Login user. We have to go to user route, login user, and it's going to be another post, but instead of register, it's going to be login. And call it login user and login, and we just pass it like this. Okay. Now we go to our Thunder client. Let's duplicate. All right, and we're gonna rename this login user, and then we're gonna save that to login. All right, Peter46 should give us a token. All right, let's say Alex23 should also give us another token. Let's send the wrong one, invalid password. So we're able to log in we're able to register. All right. Last thing we're going to do now is we are going to create a now that we're able to register a new user and log in a new user, we're gonna move on to our actual contacts. But before we do that, we have to make sure that each contact is only accessible by its owner, and the owner is going to be the user. Alex is going to have his own contact book. Peter is going to have his own contact book, and Peter cannot see Alex's contact, and Alex cannot see Peter's contact. And the way for us to do that is we have to create a middleware to authenticate. Okay, so let's go back to, let's say, let's create a new folder. Let's create a new file, call it middleware. Yeah, let's call it auth middleware.js. And pretty much what we're doing is we're going to do const JWT. We're going to require that. Require JSON Web Token. And we're going to export a module. Okay. It's going to be a function. All right. A couple things we're going to do. We're going to check for the token. Okay. We're going to check. We're going to check the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check the header for the token, and we also have to verify if the token is actually there. Okay. And then we're going to verify, we're going to validate the token. Validate token. All right. So how do we do that? First is, let's get the token from our header. All right. Now, not check if the token is valid. Check if token is present. All right. If no token, we're gonna say, actually, let's just do that instead. Yeah. If we don't have a token, we're gonna return this. If we do have a token, now we can validate the token. We can validate the token based on what is in our database. Okay. So how do we do that? We create a variable called decoded, and then we're using JWT token, JSON Web Token dot verify. We're gonna pass it the token, and it's gonna do its magic using the JSON Web Token secret, and we are going to, once we have that, once it's validated, okay, we're gonna say the user is equal to the decoded.user, and then we're gonna pass next. Once we pass next, it's gonna move forward. Now, if not, if the token is not valid, we're gonna say token is not valid. That simple. Okay. So now that we've created this middleware, we're gonna stop this video right here, and in the next one I will show you how to apply this middleware so that way we can privatize we can secure our contacts. All right. I'll see you in the next one.